high taxation, inflation rate. I can go on and on. There are so many things that are really wrong in the country. So the Catholic bishops criticized the Kenyan Ruto government, and Ruto's allies came out fire blazing, insulting the bishops, talking about they were sent by someone. They went tribal. Now, the other day, the president changed tune. Now he's sounding more conciliatory, saying the bishops have a right to talk about the country and other short stories. That's why I'm talking about Uhuru's political comeback. Uhuru's political comeback. Now you engage me. So Uhuru and Ruto first entered into power in the year 2013. If people remember very well, it was the Hague cases. Kenya had an election in 2007 where Raila, former Prime Minister, was going against Kibaki, the late president. That he was the fourth president. So it seems as if they didn't know who won the election, because for a while it seemed as if Raila had the numbers. But out of abracadabra, Kibaki was declared president, winning by over 200,000 votes. So that caused violence in the country until they had a peace accord. They formed a coalition government whereby Kibaki was president. Vice president, I think, was Mudi Awori, former MP for Funyula, and then the Prime Minister of Raila. So it was amalgamation of those two parties that had gone against each other. It was ODM for Raila, and the other one for Kibaki was, I don't know, PNU, something like that. So fast forward, 2013, Ruto and Uhuru faced cases at The Hague for instigating the 2007 electoral violence that led to the coalition government. Violence, there's a lot of violence. So now, when that was done, they went to The Hague, but the cases were thrown out because witnesses disappeared. But that's a story for another day. So fast forward, so they win the 2013 election. It was Uhuru and Ruto versus Raila and Kalonzo. So they win the election, and then they go on to rule for 10 years until 2022. That is Uhuru as president and Ruto as vice president, isn't it? And then the election is said in 2022. They run against Raila. It's Ruto versus Raila. Ruto, the vice president, was Gachagua. The one was being impeached. And then for Raila, it was Kalonzo again. The same person he ran within 2013, 2017, 2022. Same outcome. Ruto becomes president. But after that, the Gen Z is called riots happened because of the poor economy. And Ruto had to fire all his cabinet and bring in Raila's lieutenants as part of the cabinet secretaries. So fast forward, Gachagua was impeached because he was somehow accused for having financed the Gen Z's riots that led to the cabinet being fired. So after that, the other day now, Uhuru had gone into hibernation. He had disappeared. The other day now, Uhuru makes his big return to political life. It was a ceremony in Embu, part of central Kenya. That is Uhuru's political base. And President Ruto was there as a guest of the Catholic Church. The same Catholic Church has been vilifying for criticizing his government. That's why I'm talking about Uhuru's political comeback. So engage me. Me, I do believe Uhuru has come back fully. He'll be in the political scene, talking. He'll be attending many fundraising, funerals. In Kenya, politicians always like to be in public. They go and watch, it's called what? They go and watch funerals. They watch, they attend funerals. They attend fundraising for schools, you name it. So Uhuru will always be in those functions. He'll be now very visible. Because 2027, I have a feeling Central Kenya will come up with its own candidate. can take to the bank. He or she will stand, and then after that they'll be hoping for a coalition government. So he or she will stand, and then there will be a runoff. Now there they'll have power. So let's do a hypothesis. I have a feeling Kalonzo will stand on his own with a Luya running mate, maybe Natembeya. Will be Ruto with Kindiki as usual, the status quo, the people in power. And then the other side will have this other person, will have Gachagua. He will stand with also someone from Western Kenya. Most likely Mudavadi. Yes, Gachagua will stand with Mudavadi. Don't be surprised. So we have a ticket of Ruto, and then we have a ticket of Gachagua, we have a ticket of Kalonzo. That's automatic runoff. Even if Raila supports the Kalonzo ticket, it will be a runoff completely. That one can take to the bank. There will be a runoff because the Luya vote will be split between the Kalonzo ticket and the Gachagua ticket, and also the Kalonzo ticket, Gachagua ticket. It will be split there because Kalonzo will be standing with the Natembeya and Gachagua will be standing with Mudavadi. So it will be split. And then some also other Luyas will still vote for Ruto, the status quo, people from Kakamega and what have you. So that one will cause a runoff. Once it causes a runoff, it will be the big candidates will be Ruto versus Kalonzo in terms of votes. The way I look at it. Yeah, because Kalonzo has his votes. And then number two, Luya will also give him a lot of votes, plus Luos. So Gachagua, having only the central province vote, will come number three. Now he'll bargain with Kalonzo for a prime minister once the government is formed. In that situation, Gachagua will have more power, will have more bargaining power than any other person you can think of. Like this one, when he was the running mate for Ruto, he was in a weakened position because he has entered power and the people don't like him because for the past 2 years the economy has gone bad, and most businesses are held by Kikuyus from Central Province. So the businesses are not doing well. So they hate Gachagua. They look at him a part of the status quo. But now when he's impeached, he became a martyr, political martyr. So there's anger. So in 2027, Kikuyus will have some anger, politically anger, and the person who's going to face it rough is Ruto. That's what I'm talking about, Uhuru's political comeback. And in 2027, Uhuru won't support anyone in the first round. The second round, he will go for Kalonzo full force. And when it goes for Kalonzo full force, Kalonzo may win the election and be the 6th president of Kenya. That's what we are talking about. So, Kenyan politics is a very interesting thing. It's more of tribal. No, like in America, you have the Democrats, Republican, about ideology. Republicans are very conservative, while the Democrats are progressive, isn't it? See, Trump was a Democrat, very progressive man, but now he's a Republican. How strange, isn't it? That's what we are talking about. So, that's how the American elections is. You have the Democrats, Republicans. Democrats are more progressive ideas. Republicans are more conservative. Even economy, Republicans are more of small government, where Democrats have more big government. So it's about ideology. Here in Africa, it's about tribal. That's why I'm talking about Uhuru's political comeback. In 2027, he'll put his scale for Kalonzo to be the next president of Kenya. And you can take that to the bank. Yes, so Kenya has had politics is very interesting. And sometimes it causes violence. And sometimes it causes frictions. But you have to live with it. Yes. that's why I'm talking about the Uhuru political comeback. It will be big. It will be very major. When that 2027 election is stood, it will shake the foundations of Kenya. But me, I've seen this thing from the word go. Yes. You can see it coming from a mile away, because the Kenyan politics is so predictable. Because when you have people doing politics, that's what we are talking about. So it will be very interesting. It will be a political contest of the ages, whereby you have people who are formerly political enemies going for each other. But that's how politics in Kenya, it's like a chess game. If you ever played chess, it's how you move the pieces around that makes you to win, isn't it? So that's why I'm talking about the Uhuru political comeback. He just waited at the right moment. So we are going to see what comes out with the political realignment. It's going on. Realignment is going on at a faster rate. We're going to have different formations, but you can take it from me, Professor Maima. The next president of Kenya will most likely be Kalonzo Musyoka, the son from, he called himself the buffalo soldier, the man from Isikuru, yes, yes, from Eastern Province, yes. That's how it's going to be. That's the politics of Kenya. So this is a Professor Maima show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life, all your dreams become reality, and you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. Yes, and if you like what I've said on our channel, you can support us on the mobile M-Pesa down there, +254 769 729 I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa, +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwera Kwanana Gwaheri.